Good morning, Karen. It's Richard Evans. I have a quick presentation here for you on revenue management and channel management, as we had discussed. Here you can see the typical channels that would be available at a hotel. Each of these channels could have one up to 100 sources of revenue in them. What we use is we use the cost of the channel as a factor and how similar each source might be in placing sources into each channel. And of course, as revenue comes in 24 hours, we would choose to either keep a channel open or close a channel altogether based on how far ahead of our pace we might be in terms of being able to sell out, and in terms of being able to spread sellout periods over a large number of days. Here you can see OTAs, which are Expedia, Orbitz, Travelocity, so on and so forth, usually with a 25% cost. The ADR is variable, and it's usually a high ADR. You can see at the bottom I show the order in which I would close that channel based on what comes in the pace from the day before and what we had done historically on that specific date and day of the week in prior years. Usually I look at 2 prior years. OTA opaque, 25%. That just means the packages that are offered by the OTAs. Wholesaler receptive FIT contracts, usually a lower ADR, therefore I close it more quickly than other channels. It's a fixed cost, and usually they send you large volumes of reservations. Your discount OTAs are your price lines, or those type of where you have a need period and you want to bring in rooms at a very quick amount of time. So it's more of a fill in need periods. GDS is your global distribution systems, and your pricing there. I close that later. Your wholesalers now are offering their clients dynamic rates over the internet once they have filled their allotments of FIT contract rooms. Website is the best cost efficiency. You can see I've left it open. It's the last channel you usually want to close because it's the most profitable and you're at a high ADR. Travel agents can go anywhere from 10 to 20% typically, close them later. Condo hotels typically, because of the vacation rentals that sometimes compete in their buildings, like to use HomeAway VRBOs. I leave them open because I usually have a 6 or 7 night minimum length of stay on them. Not too much business is booked, but there is business booked. PBX operator and desk is a cheap channel. Also leave that open. That's your reservations being taken by phone. Groupon I'm not a big fan of. I usually close it first. And your AAA book may be another channel, which still produces, but as time goes on, seems to produce less and less. So that's a quick summary of channel management, and what I'll do is I'll break this up into 2 parts.